You can only hope music is going in this direction for the Roaring 20s. Because that would be a good thing. Soulful. Can you feel Yeah, man. You know, people think it's hard to play music fast. It's actually a lot harder to play music slow. When it's soulful, in the pocket feeling, it's a lot harder to do actually. And make it sound good. So that's my new favorite artist right now, Daniel Norgren from I think I said Sweden. He's from Denmark. And so Marcus Conte reporting on the big dust up. I got the audio. I got it. Remember at the end of the debate on Tuesday between Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren? Elizabeth Warren accused Bernie Sanders of being a sexist, said that he, in a private conversation over dinner, said a woman could never be president. That's what Elizabeth Warren said. Lying Liz has said that. And CNN proposed the question at the debate to Bernie Sanders and asked Bernie Sanders, did you say to Elizabeth Warren that a woman could not be president? He said unequivocally no. It is incomprehensible to believe that I would have said something like that. I believe that's the language you used. So we're gonna hear it. We're gonna hear the audio, right? So that was the controversy. And then Elizabeth Warren doubled down on the lie and said that he definitely said it. So first of all, we'll talk about the rationale for why Elizabeth Warren would bring something like this up at the tail end of a debate season. Why would she do it? It's obvious. She's trying to stick a knife in Bernie Sanders' back, the good Bernie Sanders from Vermont. That's the point, right? So we'll listen to the audio, right? So at the end of debate, Elizabeth Warren walks over to Bernie Sanders, and Bernie Sanders extends his hand out to shake Elizabeth Warren's hand, and she says something. And then Bernie Sanders says something. And then they have this, and Bernie Sanders storms off, walks away. Right? And we didn't know what they said until now. Why? Because they were wearing mics. And the mics were hot. So you ready to hear it? You ready to hear it? So let's listen to CNN released it. Let's give them their credit. And here's Enos Cooper. Let's listen.
Happened just seconds after the debate, after the confrontation over whether Senator Bernie Sanders once told Senator Elizabeth Warren that a woman could not be elected president. Even without the sound, the moment did not look like a warm and friendly encounter. But without actually knowing what was said, it was impossible to know for sure. Tonight, CNN is the first to obtain the audio, and we're going to play it for you shortly. But first, Jeff Zeleny joins us now with more on the
story. See, that was the controversy, right? Everybody saw it, right? She walks over, and Bernie Sanders does the thing that Bernie Sanders does. He's polite to everybody. He extends his hand for a handshake, and she says something. She holds her hands in this position and says something to him, snappy. All right, so we're going to find out what she said. It's brilliant, man. Watch this.
Story that it tells. Jeff, go ahead.
Anderson, good evening. It was an extraordinary moment. As you said, it was seen but not heard as Elizabeth Warren came face-to-face with Bernie Sanders in the moments right after the debate last night in Iowa. Now, rivals were shaking hands and they were congratulating each other for a job well done. But Warren clearly had something on her mind to tell Sanders. And tonight, we know just what it was. With applause still ringing at the end of the Democratic debate in Iowa last night, the simmering feud between Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders suddenly boiled over.
I think you called me a liar on national TV.
What?
I think you called me a liar on national TV.
Let's not do it right now. You want to have that discussion, we'll have that discussion. You called me, you told me. All right, let's not do it now.
I don't want to get in the middle of it. I just want to say hi, Bernie.
Yeah, good. Okay.
So there it is, right? You called me a liar on national TV. Let's slow it down. I'm going to slow this shit down so we can enjoy it because this is fucking great, man. This is what television is made for, right? Watch. So she shakes the hand.
Suddenly boiled over.
I think you called me a liar on national TV.
I think you called me a liar on national TV, right? You see, he leaves her hanging. That's what's called leaving somebody hanging. They reach out their hand to you, and you don't grab their hand, it's very insulting. That's a high insult. You left Bernie Sanders hanging in front of the national audience, and you notice that they're wearing mics, right? So Elizabeth Warren, a lot of people are saying that this was a setup between Elizabeth Warren, CNN, and the Democratic establishment. I'm not so sure of that. I think she might just be stupid enough to believe that it's a good strategy going forward. Was she put up to it? I don't know, but there it was. Let's listen again, because it's so enjoyable.
Tonight, the simmering feud between Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders suddenly boiled over.
I think you called me a liar on national TV.
What? Bernie's like, what?
I think you called me a liar on national TV.
Let's not do it right now. You want to have that
Let's not do it right now. You want to have that discussion, we'll have that discussion.
We'll have that discussion. You
And Warren says anytime.
called me a liar.
You called me a liar. You told me. Oh,
Told me. All right,
all right. Let's not do it now. Let's not do it now.
let's not do it now.
I don't want to get in the
And Steyer steps in. I don't want to get in the middle of it.
middle, but I just want to say hi.
I just
Bernie.
wanted to say,
good.
what did he say? Mr. Steyer. I don't want to get in the middle of it.
I don't want to get in the middle, but I just want to say
I just want to say hi, Bernie. I just want to say hi, Bernie.
hi, Bernie.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
She
One more time. One more time from the top. One more time from the top.
I think you called me a liar on national TV. I think you called me a liar on national TV.
Let's not do it right now. You want to have that discussion? We'll have that discussion. You called me a liar. You told me. All right, let's not do it now.
I don't want to get in the middle, but I just want to say hi, Bernie.
Yeah, good. Okay.
Wow, what an exchange, right? What an exchange. Oh my gosh. So let's listen to some more of this report.
Okay.
She walked away without a handshake after intentionally trying to de-escalate the fight earlier in the debate.
Bernie is my friend, and I am not here to try to fight with Bernie.
Yes, you are. Okay, stop right there. First of all, Elizabeth Warren leaked that information to the press. That was Elizabeth Warren's team said that Bernie Sanders said that a woman that Bernie Sanders said in a dinner, a one-on-one dinner between the two, that a woman could not be president. That was Elizabeth Warren's doing. Right? It wasn't Bernie Sanders that set it up, right? It's just like it's like a betrayal moment. Things were said in private, if they were said at all, which appears not to be said at all. But Bernie Sanders is clearly denying it. So she's now playing the victim. She's playing the victim. She set it up, and now she's the victim of sexism or of being a liar, right? Now, what about Bernie Sanders? In a perfect world, Bernie Sanders would have turned to her when confronted while the cameras were on and the question was proposed. Says, yeah, she is a liar. Remember she lied about her heritage? Remember that? You remember she said she was a Cherokee, and it turns out that she just bullshitted to get to get advantage during her schooling. Right? Remember when she lied about that shit? Oh, she lied about being being bumped out of being a professor because she was pregnant, and then we find out that she left because she just didn't feel like going to school anymore. She's a liar. She's a 3-time liar. So she set that up. It does look like she set it up.
But Warren wanted to make a point that a woman can win the presidency. It was one of the most memorable lines of the night.
Look at the men on this stage. Collectively, they have lost 10 elections. The only people on this stage who have won every single election that they've been in are the women.
They were sparring over a comment Warren says Sanders made during a private meeting in 2018 that a woman couldn't win the White House. Sanders strongly denied ever making such an assertion.
As a matter of fact, I didn't say it. And I don't want to waste a whole lot of time on this because this is what Donald Trump and maybe some of the media want. Anybody knows me, knows that it's incomprehensible that I would think that a woman could not be president of the United States.
In the moment, Warren disagreed, but waited more than an hour later until after the debate to accuse Sanders of calling her a liar. Now, we reached out to the campaigns all day long and again tonight once we went through this audio, Anderson, and neither campaign wanted to give a comment on this.
So nobody has commented yet. So, wow, that was awesome, right? Fucking great, man. Mark Conte reporting on the hot mic. Wow, you got to be careful what you say, man. Your mic might be on, right? Especially in See, that's the thing about it. Like Elizabeth Warren, they're professionals. They know that they're wearing a mic and that the mics are running, the hot mics. It might not be being broadcasted, but it's certainly being recorded as a backup. And then they just take the audio and they line it up with the video, and there you go. You got it, right? She says, so where are we now? I think Elizabeth Warren has any thinking person, my assessment, any thinking person that sees that and, looks at it and says, well, Elizabeth Warren leaked this information to the press, and then it was asked about, it was brought up it was leaked to CNN. CNN is hosting the debate. And then CNN brings up the point and puts it on Bernie Sanders. All right? So it's a setup, right? Why did you leak that information to CNN if you didn't want it to be talked about? Because you can't just turn around and say, I don't want to talk about it now. No, you threw this shit into the mainstream. You're the one who brought it up. All right? And now you don't want to talk about it? So I don't know. I think it's overwhelmingly. I said it yesterday in my video that it's overwhelmingly that anybody who thought, Elizabeth Warren was an honest person, an honest broker, a true progressive warrior, is widely mistaken. And the other thing I'll say in finality is that I said it right away, that Bernie Sanders takes all these people as friends. They're not your fucking friends, Bernie. They're not your friends. They're all backstabbers. They wouldn't be up there. The only reason you're up there is because you got the people lifting you up. The rest of them are all pay-for-play shills. That's how they got to where they are. And you're the true guy here. And you turn to them and you pretend that they're your friends, and they're not. All right? She called you a liar on national TV. She called you a liar, Bernie. Right? You're right. She called you a liar. And you let it slide. You let it slide, right? You turn to her and say, no, you fucking cunt. You're the liar. It's bullshit. Right? That's what you do. Right? But what do I know? I'm just some guy playing music on the fucking internet, right? I don't know nothing, man. I'm just this guy, right? Playing my shit. Conte reported.